Alright, what is up, folks? We are finishing Half-Life 2 today. Pretty much no way I'm not. Special thanks to EHAS for following. Okay. And what's going on? Really? Steal my... Give it back. Give it back.
I'll take him from here. Don't struggle. It's no use. Until you're where he wants you, there's nothing you can do. I'm sorry, Gordon.
Really? Why'd I even... Carbon... Sort of ancient cellulose colonized questions.
Inhabited by vast meteorological intelligences, worlds stretched thin across the membranes through the dimensions, impossible to describe.
What I've seen is also beyond words, Breen. Genocide, indescribable. Good God.
Well, if it isn't Gordon Freeman at last. What's this? I'll put it over there. You have my gratitude, Doctor. First you lead me straight to the doorstep of my oldest friend, and then you deliver yourself. If I'd known you weren't going to come straight up to my office, I wouldn't have bothered hunting you in the first place. Having both of you in my keeping ensures I can dictate the terms of any bargain I care to make with the Combine.
Dr. Breen.
Huh.
Wallace.
Yes, Judith, what is it?
The bargain we should be making is for Eli's life so he can continue his research.
Thanks to you, we have everything we need in that regard. You're more than qualified to finish his research yourself. What neither you nor I can do is convince that rabble in the streets to give up their senseless struggle. Yet Eli refuses to speak the words that would save them all.
Save them? For what?
Eli, if you won't do the right thing
I don't think
for the
Eli
good of all people,
telling them to shut it
maybe
would
you'll
help.
do
Oh,
it
for Pete's
for
sake!
one of them.
Alex, honey.
Dad. Gordon?
Hi.
Damn you, Breen, you let her go.
That's all up to you, my old friend. Will you
Can I get
let
my
your
grandpa
stubborn
back,
short-sightedness doom the entire species, or will you give your child the chance her mother never had?
How dare you even mention her?
Alex, my dear, you have your mother's eyes, but your father's stubborn nature.
Stop touching
You
her.
haven't seen a bit of it yet.
Really? Well, let's see how well it serves you on the far side of a Combine portal.
Go ahead, Breen. If that's the worst you can do, send us both through your portal.
Oh, it's hardly the worst. But you might find that hard to believe
Yeah,
once
where-
you get there.
It isn't necessary.
I
Where
agree.
did
It's a
the
total
Combine
waste.
come from?
Fortunately,
Oh, I'm coming with them too.
Resistance has shown it
Fun.
is willing to accept a new leader.
Or not.
And this
Great,
one has proven
great.
to be a fine pawn for those who control him.
No.
Don't listen to him, Gordon.
How about it, Dr. Freeman? Did you realize your contract was open to the highest bidder?
Gordon would never make any kind of deal with you.
I understand if you don't wish to discuss this in front of your friends.
I'm not.
I'll send them on their way,
I don't
and then we
talk
can
about
talk openly.
you idiot.
Don't struggle, honey.
Dad, I'm
Also,
so
I don't know
sorry.
what exactly Gordon normally communicates by, but
Judith, what do you think you're doing?
hell yeah.
We're doing what I could never do alone.
Yes, 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 yes.
We're stopping.
They know you betrayed them. They'll
Cutting
turn
her out
on
of
you.
bed.
Judith, Dr. Mossman, please.
I'm sorry, Wallace. You're all out of time. Don't.
Hurry! Dad, hang on.
You fool.
Watch
Don't
out, he's
shoot her.
coming.
Don't shoot her. Stop. No, 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 no. Arse.
Dad!
Oh, no. Don't worry about me, honey.
There's no time, Alex. He's on his way to the portal. You'll need this.
Dr. Mossman, Judith, look after my father.
Don't you worry.
Dad, I'm not saying goodbye.
Never.
Come on, Gordon. Let's go.
My girl.
Gordon, we haven't known each other very long, but
Leaving you again.
I know you didn't have to do this. I had to rescue my father, but you... Well... Thanks for coming after me.
It's me you should be
Hey,
concerned about.
listen.
I can still deliver
That's
Earth,
him.
but not without your help. The portal destination is untenable. Surely you can set the relay elsewhere. There's no way I can survive in that environment.
Oh, he think
Most body is
what?
can't
There
possibly.
he is.
Oh, all right. Damn it, if that's what it takes.
What the heck?
Right behind you. Oh, shit.
What's up with the? Wait,
Damn it, not again!
did I have the option to not pick this up? Well, I don't need that.
The gravity gun. He doesn't have a clue, does he? I wonder where he's going. Oh my god. This is the Citadel's dark fusion reactor.
The what?
It powers their tunneling entanglement device. We'll never have a chance like this again. We've got to stop Dr. Breen. I can't shut it down. Looks like he's turned over control to the other side. You'll have to go into the core and do what you can. Get in the elevator and I'll let you in.
I still don't know what's up with all this
Don't forget
combine
to charge
stuff.
your suit.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm charged. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Do you
Okay, let's double check. Settings. Everything working okay. Okay, taking just another minute to see if someone comes back. Okay, well, thanks for dropping in or dropping back in. See another viewer. Not really sure why my computer likes to go pooey.
Dr. Brain, there he is.
Dr. Freeman, you really shouldn't be out there. At the moment of synapse, as I teleport, this chamber will be bathed in deadly particles that have yet to be named by human science. Perhaps when I have the leisure to do the work myself, I'll name one of them after you. That way you won't be completely forgotten. When the singularity collapses, I will
I
be
suck this.
far away from here, in another universe, as a matter of fact. You, on the other hand, will be destroyed in every way it is possible to be destroyed, and even in some which are essentially impossible.
What the hell? Oh no, Combine soldiers. Where did they come from?
Is there a particular reason I can't see my health bar? I guess I won't worry about it too much. Could just be, the fact that my screen is just so dark. You know how it is. Actually want me to try this. Alright, hold on, let's do some more observation. Hey, this turns off.
I don't know what you can possibly hope to achieve apart from your own annihilation.
Don't listen to him, Gordon. Bluffing, Gordon. Don't listen to him.
What? I wasn't listening. What did you just say? Okay, shut up, brain.
Great. Oh no, Breen started his ascent. Hurry, Gordon, before he escapes.
I'll try. I make too many promises here. Whoa.
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there I go. Ah, yeah, that's much better. I couldn't see my health bar and whatnot because I do that stuff. Where am I? That's because I still have my taskbar at the bottom of my screen on my computer instead of my secondary one.
Are you still with us, Dr. Freeman? Not for much longer, I think.
Ow! Okay, cool. I just got myself crushed by this.
Are you still with us, Dr. Freeman? Not for much longer, I think.
Yeah, probably not.
If only you had harnessed your boundless energy for a useful
Oh, shut up.
purpose.
That's what I'm doing.
God. The portal's opening.
Oh, what the heck?
I hope you said your farewells.
I didn't hit them ships. Who else? Seriously. Okay, that's...
Thank God. The portal's opening.
I hope you said your farewells.
That's one down. Oh, ah. I need to watch my footing.
Freeman, you have no idea what you're doing.
No, I don't.
A predictable failure, Dr. Freeman.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. No. Let me...
Go back, Freeman. You have no idea what you're doing. Don't know what you will unleash. You could bring down this whole Citadel. Think, man. Think of the people below. No! You need me.
Okay. Not sure what we're doing. The heck? Alex!
Come on, Gordon. We've got to get out of here. Maybe we still have...
Uh-oh. No.
Time, Dr. Freeman?
Oh no.
Is it really that time again?
Man.
It seems as if you only just arrived. You've done a great deal in a small time span. You've done so well, in fact, that I've received some interesting offers for your services. Ordinarily, I wouldn't contemplate them, but these are extraordinary times. Rather than offer you the illusion of free choice, I will take the liberty of choosing for you, if and when your time comes round again. I do apologize for what must seem to you an arbitrary imposition, Dr. Freeman. I trust it will all make sense to you in the course of... well, I'm really not at liberty to say.
So never.
In the meantime,
It'll never make sense.
this is where I get off.
Hello? Okay. What? I mean, I guess this is like... there's more stuff in episode 1 and 2, but... what? Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm going to turn down the music even more because I don't really care to... in case this music is like copyrighted or whatever. I don't really want to get caught by Twitch and have the stuff muted. Jeez, that's a lot of people. Well, I guess this is going rather slow. Wait, Alan McLean did the Overwatch? That was GLaDOS' voice actor, right? Yeah, I guess. Huh.
Lamar? Lamar!
They're glider?
Blast that little...
I can't move.
Where did she get to?
The bed! What? Okay. Lamar? That's funny. Okay. What? Okay. Okay, so first off, on the whole, I guess, like, Judith isn't actually quite the traitor we thought she was. I guess it does kind of make a little bit of sense, because I think she would have, I don't know, just the way she was acting or whatever when Alex was calling her out and whatnot. It doesn't... I don't know, like, narratively, I guess if she was, like, a legitimate traitor or whatever, I think it would have made more sense for her to just, like, be coming straight out with it, like, haha, yeah, whatever, instead of trying to keep up face with Alex or whatever when Alex was clearly, like, not believing anything she was saying. And, well, Gordon, I mean, don't think it necessarily mattered too much. I mean, I don't know. Not sure. Well, at any rate, it's like I wasn't completely feeling the hate for Judas. It's just like, oh, disappointment. It's like, oh, come on, really? She's a traitor? Ugh. I still don't really completely understand what is up exactly with all the Combine stuff. Like, I get... I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Because there's all this stuff about, like, transhuman and whatnot. It's like... So Combine are, like, sort of human, but they're not, really. They came from a different dimension. They have, like, some form of teleporting technology, but, you know, only the really long kind, or like really long distance kind, you know, that got them from their dimension to ours or whatever. It didn't have the short ones or whatever, blah 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 blah. I didn't really get a lot of the lore bits, to be honest. Honestly, I wish they would have given Gordon like a history session. I mean, I get there's like no time, but like also like couldn't they have at least tried to explain everything that went on in like the past like 20 years? I mean, I'm just saying as like people, it's like, I mean, geez, like writing out like a whole history and whatnot, like for the writers and whatnot, oh, that'd be a mess. Really hard. But still, I mean, like I would really like to know like what exactly was like going on like overall, because I'm not necessarily the best at picking up on things, and also like find it really interesting like what was actually going on and whatnot, like overall, and like what's going on like in the whole world like overall after the Black Mesa incident. I mean, geez, the world is a big place. I mean, like, most I can understand is that like after what really did happen is that, well, obviously the aliens ended up getting everywhere at some point, presumably just spread out from the epicenter of Black Mesa as the location. Some point Combine showed up. Let's see if I remember some things from watching some like Half-Life Alyx playthroughs a while back. It's like at some point there was like 7-hour war or whatever with Combine. Combine 1. Jeez, I don't know. Let's see, what else did I pick up? Higher powers above Breen or whatever, I guess, you know, the proper like properly transhuman whatever group. of them. Combine. Which sort of actually reminds me of like whatever like supposed like employers G-Man has, like the whole like Breen's under a greater force of the and whatnot. It's like, okay, cool. Who are those? Who are they? They're really high up, but like, what? Don't know anything about them. I also find it interesting to think about like how exactly is there any like society like still running overall? Like, City 17 is like supposedly like, I mean, at least what Dr. Breen said were the best remaining urban centers or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. How do things like get work up and running? Like, what are they doing for food? They're not just like, I mean, for legit citizens of City 17, it's just like, they're not just like all eating like roasted head crab or whatever. What do they have going for like agriculture? Do they still have like people working? Like, what's the deal with everything? Most I got out of like what? I mean, yes, like it's like a authoritative like sort of like police state deal and whatnot. We still can't figure out like how it's supposed to work like overall most of the time. Also thinking about like the soda machines back in the beginning, I was thinking about, it's like, were the soda machines just there from like before or something, or are they actually like still making soda somehow and they're fresher soda? I also do wonder if like the soda was like drugged or not, because I know the water is like, there's that dude that way back in the game and shit, it's like, yeah, the water makes you forget things, don't drink it. It's like, okay, cool. I wonder if they did that to his soda. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of weird that the soda machines are still working, to be honest. Oh, geez, I wonder how Barney's doing, like, with what we're doing when we were just doing all this stuff in the Citadel. Hope he's doing alright. Jeez, I can't quite remember the last, like, the exact, like, last moment we saw him. So, I mean, also, it's like, thinking over things, it's like, I mean, without Barney, it's like, we would be nowhere. Dead, probably. It's not like we could just, like, end up, like, if I recall correctly, I believe it's like it was saying that we were about to get on a train to Nova Prospect, like way back in the beginning. Could be wrong. It's like that would have been like the end for sure. Now, of course, going like even to like another city, like somewhat like City 17 would also not necessarily be very good either, because I mean, yes, I was wearing like the same stuff as everyone else, but that wouldn't really save me from, I mean, honestly, nothing would really save me once I get somewhere where it's like someone has to figure out who exactly I am, because, I mean, so long as it's somewhere that's still like under Combine or whatever and is aware of Freeman, because it's like being painted as a whole like savior or whatever and being as a symbol of the resistance. I mean, it's like the moment I got to anybody that like had to like actually check me for anything and like figured out who I am, it's like, oh boy, very, 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 very dead. Or better yet, like brainwashed or something and turned into a propaganda tool. So, I mean, geez, it's a really good thing like Barney got me like right back there in the beginning. It's a good thing they decided to like use a cat to test the teleporter that one time instead of a person. I was thinking, because, you know, if they didn't use that cat, you know, the one they're talking about, like, had an incident teleporter, and obviously did not go very well. And like Barney was there because he talked about the cat. Alex was not, because he doesn't know what was up with the cat. Like if they ended up testing a person in that like way back and they used Barney, it's like, oh boy, that that would like ruin everything for me. So thanks, Barney. Yeah, and also there's no like specific scenario I could think of that Alex could have easily just gotten taken out early, and I'm just going to ignore Half-Life Alex for a moment. I mean, without her, we'd also not be in a good place because, you know, we got, like, civil protection, like, the Combine people or whatever, like, caught up to us, like, way back in the beginning, and Alex saved us, so we won't really be anywhere without her either. You know, also especially considering it's like, well, I guess I don't know. Like, she still hacks some of the stuff. It wasn't all her multi-tool. Yeah, she's also using that stuff to help us. Not entirely sure what Dr. Kleiner did for us, like overall, apart from helping with Delbert stuff. Well, anyway, what was I talking about? Jeez. Train of thought is, gone. Don't know who you are, single viewer, but I hope you're gaining some entertainment off of hearing me prattle on. If you still even have the tab, like, sound on or whatever. Okay, I think I will be switching over to Photoshop and start drawing while I talk, because I'm kind of losing my thoughts right now. Open Sesame, Photoshop, Half-Life quit. Right, I'll definitely be like opening up Half-Life 2, episode 1 and episode 2 and whatnot for the next days and whatnot, but for today I'm not gonna be starting that stuff. Just be doing the same as I did with my Half-Life 1 stream, where I just like open up Photoshop and have some fun. Drawing, whatever. Okay, I need to set up a new window capture. Did not set this up previously. I keep Photoshop closed when I do my streams and whatnot because it sucks up some of my computer juice or whatever, so I just don't have it open, so I can't have like a preset. Okay, so where is Thingamaboobit? Okay, well, first off, shift the display arrangement. Ah, okay. Okay, and because of how I set this up with, like, with Photoshop and whatnot, I do not have enough room to be having all my other stuff open, so if my mic goes and shorts out, I will not really know, unfortunately. Okay, well, maybe if I... No, I don't want to open that. Sorry, it was quick. Well, I guess if I move this over here, I might be able to... Yeah, okay, that helps a little bit. Okay, well, it is what it is. Okay, unlike when I finished Half-Life 1 though, I do not have a nice little sketch up for me to start working on those, so I gotta think real fast what exactly I want to start doing. Probably just gonna start like pulling up references of like Half-Life 2 stuff to start practicing and whatnot, because I have not done any of that. Like, I've not even so much done a doodle of the modified HEV suit or whatnot. I haven't really had the time to be doing that. Let alone like a Barney or something. Let me tell you, that's harder. People are harder. Water's wet. Yeah, like, yeah, trying to draw people without reference is not great. Like, I mean, I don't really necessarily remember how Barney goes very well. Like, what's up? It's Barney. Anyway, that's why I always use references when drawing something for the first time. Okay, TV suit 2.0. Or whatever it is, Mark 5. Okay, I failed to account for the fact that I don't think as much when I'm drawing for, like, continuing to talk. And one thing I think is, like, really, like, kind of upsetting about Half-Life is how Gordon never gets a break. Like, he has had, like, 0 naps. Unless you count since the Black Mesa incident, that is. I mean, unless you count, like, when he got, like, knocked out by the military. I don't think that really counts. I mean, seriously, dude needs a nap. I don't think being, like, in stasis or whatever for, like, 20 years really did anything for, like, rest either. I mean, maybe that physically helped him a bit, but, like, mentally, no way. There's been, like, no time between, like, everything that's happening. It's like, man. Give Gordon a nap. Give this guy a comfy bed. I'm not even sure there's really any time, like, for breaks in Half-Life 2 episode 1 and 2 either, but I don't know. I haven't played them yet. Don't really know anything about them. I literally knew the most about Half-Life 1 when I went and played it, like in comparison to 2 and whatnot. I mean, I guess I knew a little bit of stuff about 2, but like only in the sense that like just because of like Half-Life Alyx. Just like the stuff in that really. Cause, you know, like I watched a playthrough or 2 on Half-Life Alyx. So yeah, it's like, oh, Combine, yeah, okay, yeah, Alex has her Alex hacky thing, yeah, okay, oh, like, the drones, the striders, yeah, okay, I've seen that. Yeah, lions, yeah, oh, okay. I know about that. Oh, okay, I mean, I didn't really know about, like, striders and antlines being in Half-Life 2, specifically 2, but, as well, but, okay. I'm trying to look at a reference of, like, Gordon's suit right now. It's like, is that, like, thick cloth he's got? I mean, I hope so. I'm kind of drawing it, like, Train of thought. Right, well, anyway, I think, like, yeah, I really did not know Barney was a thing before I played this. Like, at all. But, dang it. I keep losing my train of thought. Well, okay, here's a different train of thought. One thing right. So, okay, right. Like, I think Barney's okay. I remembered what I was going to say. That's why I kind of whatevered for a minute. Barney's okay, but one thing I do find a little, like, annoying and potentially worrying is that apparently Valve has, like, forgotten about him. Like, apparently in the, like, whatever new thing it is, I don't know, that Half-Life Alyx or whatever it's called thing that came out with, like, all sorts of information on, like, development of Half-Life Alyx and ideas for Half-Life 3 and whatnot. Go back when you're still thinking about that, it's like there's no mention of Barney in that at all, apparently. I'll probably, like, take a look at, like, at all the stuff that was in that at some point, but I haven't actually seen it for myself yet, and it's like, Barney's, like, a whole character. And, like, I know at, like, the end or whatever, it's like he gets, I don't know, he, like, leaves you at the train station or whatever, and may or may not have died in an explosion. But, I mean, anyway, it's like there's no mention of, but the thing is, like, there's no mention of Barney at all in, like, this, in that content thing they made recently. It's like, like, I mean, I appreciate him an average amount, but, like, kind of sucked to just see him be, like, dropped off the face of the earth. Yeah, like, speaking of Barney, it's like, honestly, it's like, Val did, like, a good job of, like, making, at least me, like, actually care about the characters. It's probably mostly due to the fact that it's, like, they presented them as, like, oh, yeah, they're already your friends. They've been your friends. Gordon already likes these people. It's like, that was enough. Like, it was just like, oh, these are new people. It's like, I mean, not necessarily care so much, but it's like, these are Gordon's old friends. Or at least Gordon's known them, and you can just make up whatever you want for, like, how far the friendships go or whatever. It's like, cool, I would die for all of you. Yes, I'm helping you. Stay safe, guys. Like, ooh, friendly face after all this time. Yay. Yeah, seriously though, it's like when I saw him, it's like, I don't know who you are, but I know you're, like, a good person, and that's all that matters. It's like, oh, I knew you, that's even better. It's like, man. I would appreciate if like they bothered to like give Gordon a little more like rundown of what's been going on the past 20 years or whatever. I mean, I guess the assumption is was he already knew, but they also didn't really ever ask like where has he been. I mean, to be fair, Gordon doesn't ever talk, and I don't really know how he communicates normally, but I mean, I don't know, they could have like tried to figure out what was up. Yeah, it's like the one thing I found weird about Barney is that like, I mean, yeah, that they may or may not have like known each other that well, Barney and Gordon, but you'd think he would have like asked a little more about like where the hell you've been. I mean, like it's been like 20 years. Like, what on earth? I mean, also like Gordon's being hailed as like some sort of, you know, like special person, or that's gonna. You think you have more reaction than just like, oh, hey, Gordon, cool. Yeah, good thing I was here to help you out here, and so you wouldn't get like picked up by the Combine or whatever. Get you out of here. Sweet. So I really don't remember a lot of what the Porgons were saying, but I think it was like a lot of like, yeah, Freeman was gonna save us all and whatnot. But anyway, it's like definitely it's like Gordon's overall being treated like a whole like savior and like symbol of the rebellion and whatnot. Do you think I get some more like emotional response from like Barney and everyone else? Well, not necessarily everyone else. Alex wouldn't really have too much reason to like have such a super strong response towards seeing me because because it sounded like she never actually like met me personally. It's just like, oh, you worked with my dad, sweet. Still, I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying it's like not having Barney have a much reaction is bad way necessarily. Well, I mean, I guess they weren't really going for like super emotional stuff. I mean, it's an action game. Really, you gotta move things along rather than have all this emotional stuff. I mean, also, like I said, it's not necessarily bad because I mean, as it is, I'm kind of reading it as like, Barney, are you okay? Like that's kind of like, it doesn't really matter like how well they knew each other or whatever. Like before, it's just I really think there should have been more of a reaction. It's like, do I smell some like, I don't know, just it doesn't really sound that great as for his like mental health and whatnot, you know. I mean, it's completely understandable to like kind of just shove down any like strong feelings of like hope or anything else, because I mean, frankly, that's gonna get you. I mean, the current situation they were in, like, oh my god, it's so bad. Like any like I mean, you let yourself feel too much. I mean, that's gonna kill you probably. Don't really have the time to be spending much energy on all that. I hope I'm not messing up portions too much here. Can I just copying off a reference right now? Still like. It's also like really funny how it's like Valve. you know what the models in Half-Life 1 looked like. They were atrocious. I mean, not terribly. Well, there's only like. I mean, I guess it was better with like. They like updating them a little bit over the years and whatnot, yeah. But there was like literally 4 different scientist models, and that was it. And then they just went and said, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, that, that one scientist from back in Black Mesa, it's like, yeah, that was Eli, look. they totally do not look that similar though. And then it's like you compare Barney to the security guard model, it's like, He isn't like supposedly like Barney was like banging on door or something when you were, I don't remember. Like sort of like retcon. So it's funny, it's like they still managed to make it work though. And not go like, what on earth? It's like, yeah, okay. You were there. My old co-workers. Yeah, of course. Incredible, honestly. What is this stupid zigzag pattern going down the side of this? This is either going the list of things I'm not going to draw on the suit ever again, or things I'm going to just freehand while drawing the suit every time. Mess it up. Like, geez, okay. Definitely feel like I jacked up a few of the proportions here. Oh well. Is what it is, am I right? Should I just practice to figure out like what all the details are in the suit? I kind of do like squash proportions like normally as is, so shouldn't worry too much about them here. Right, anyways, somewhat on the topic of, like, mental health and how, like, Barney is, like, probably not doing so great. It's, like, I don't know what exactly is going through his head at all, which is worrying. Not to be fair, I guess, like, Eli also kind of not necessarily have the most profound reaction either. And Dr. Kleiner. Which, by the way, Kleiner is like German for smaller, and I honestly don't even know if that's like a real like German last name or not. Like I hear like Klein is, but like Kleiner, I don't know. I don't know if they just like pulled that out of their butts or not. I don't know, things I noticed. Anyway, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of understandable, like, Barney would have, like, not necessarily be having the best time, like, mentally. I mean, geez, after, like, 20 years of all that, like, Combine and whatnot, and going undercover, and, must suck. I mean, like, yeah, Gordon has not had a break. And, yeah, as I believe I said before, like, in the Half-Life 1 stream, it's like he probably feels like super terrible about everything that went down Black Mesa. Like, I mean, he literally, like, was there for experiment. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was, like, some thoughts of, like, maybe it was me that, like, messed all this up. Not to be fair, there's also other factors to be sure, but I mean, human brains love to guilt you. So it's like, hey, it's like maybe it was me that like was like pushed the sample in wrong, and that's what did it. Not really know his involvement in like the project otherwise, if he was doing anything else in the prep work other than pushing the sample in. But it's like, oh man, it's like there's so many dead, it's like, and there's also like the whole like military comes in and then starts just slaughtering all the other scientists and whatnot, and which, I mean, they're also going after him. I mean, geez, it's pretty bad. And of course, you know, it's like, well, gotta fight to survive. It's like, kill him back. And geez, I can only imagine like how he feels about it. I mean, he was literally just a theoretical physicist. Like, I mean, geez, like, I'm not a psychiatrist or doctor or anything, but I mean, like, everything that went on in Black Mesa alone is just, like, so many grounds for, like, PTSD and whatnot. Oh, man, all the corpses are horrible, too, and, like, the fact there's, oh, geez, and the fact that, like, some of the zombie co-workers and whatnot. Yeah, that also must have been pretty terrible to have to shoot him. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Gordon was also thinking about, it's like, really shouldn't even be alive. Because, I mean, frankly, it's really a big part of, like, why he was able to, like, survive the whole, like, Black Mesa stuff was with the ATV suit. I mean, otherwise he's not really, doesn't actually really have any qualified, like, training or anything like the military or... And honestly, it's like he really, really should have gotten dead. Like, I died so many times. Like, it's like 300 miracles that he got out in one piece. Black Mesa. Yeah, that's right. There's also like quite a few scientists in there that, you know, the ones that are still alive. I mean, I mostly left them alone and whatnot and did not have them follow me because then they die. But there are also quite a few which I ended up getting killed accidentally, and it felt bad. Because, you know, if I was a little more careful, or led them away first, or did something faster or more efficiently, they still be alive, but I just didn't. I was having a hard time, like, surviving, like, as it is myself. I didn't really reload for some of them. So, I mean, yeah, it's like those, like, more direct, like, scientist tests. Wouldn't be surprised if they're waiting on Gordon. And as well. Dang, it's just really bad timing. It's like, you know, at the end, it's like, hey, you work for G-Man now. It's like, then bam, 20 years in the future, and you don't know where you are and what's happened, and no time for a break, honestly. Right, another reason it's like he's still alive is not just because of like the suit being protected, but it's also the fact that like it does stuff like inject morphine and whatnot in him to help out. Like honestly, the chemicals and whatnot that are being put in probably ended up helping a lot. For like his just general survivability. So it's like, even though it's like, I did like do my best to like keep scientists safe and whatnot, it's like, chances are they're probably also just like killed by the military or whatever coming in, or aliens. Doesn't necessarily matter what I did to try and help them, they probably died anyway. Which sucks. Well, at least Gordon has like the advantage of like, at least at the time, it's like it didn't necessarily have any reason to know that Vortigons were like sentient. So at least killing all those Vortigons probably wouldn't have necessarily done that much to him like in Half-Life 1, but I mean, me personally, it's like I knew like the whole dang time it's like Vortigons are smart. I really felt bad about killing them and killing all of them in Half-Life 1. Actually, at some point, like after I finished it, I ended up looking up like, hey, is there a way to like go through the game without killing like Vortigons? Is that something a person could reasonably do? Because I felt so bad. It's like, in walking into Half-Life 2, it's like, oh, the Vortigons are praising you and whatnot, and like, it's like, no, stop that. It's like, do you even know how many of you I killed? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it. So, I mean, yeah, definitely, it's like, when it's figured out in Half-Life 2, that it's like, oh, shoot, these dudes are, like, people. Gordon would definitely, like, get good reason to have a ton of guilt then, too. So he killed so many of them. But then they're helping him, too. It's like, I mean, seriously, when that one Vortigon was, like, using its green lightning to, like, charge my suit instead of zapping me, I was, like, all excited. It's like, oh, you can use it for good. And then it's, like, remembered, it's like, the reason I, like, saw them using it for, quote-unquote, bad stuff was hurting me or whatever. It was just back in Black Mesa or whatever. It's just, I mean, they're probably just doing, like, zapping me off here and whatnot. I mean, seriously, you could teleport to a weird new place, and it's like, what? Not to mention probably running into the military and whatnot who were shooting them. I mean, dang, it's pretty reasonable for them to just attack me first. I mean, I wasn't really stopping to make sure they were or weren't attacking. And then after a while, too, either. I mean, yeah, it's like remembering it's like them helping me then. It's like made me remember, it's like, oh, why are you helping me? Really shouldn't be. Like, I'm glad you're not attacking me, because that means I don't have to, like, kill you to save myself, but, ooh, man. Yeah, I wish I, like, caught on to a little more of, like, what the Vortigons were. Well, what their whole deal was. in Half-Life 2. Yeah. Now it's like also, frankly, like even, I mean, forget the Vortigaunts. Like regular people don't actually really have a reason to be like praising him either. Like everybody like could post about this, but I mean that doesn't even really make that sense for like people to be like killing me as a savior and whatnot. Like, don't you understand? Like I pretty much caused a bunch of this. I mean, yeah, I survived Black Mesa, but I mean, I also caused a lot of it. To be fair, I think they're probably missing a lot of information on like what exactly I am and what I've done. But man, it's like all the rebels or whatnot. It's like, whoa, it's Freeman. It's like you should probably not be like treating me like so good. Anyway, I definitely think that Gordon didn't think he did deserve it either. Yeah, I definitely feel like I goofed up the proportions here. Well, whatever. Man, seriously though, I mean, it's like, Gordon's like just an average dude that really shouldn't even be alive. I mean, he should have died so many times. Technically he did, but that's, you know, time travel isn't really like super like, I mean, like the whole like reloading and saving and whatnot isn't really canon. So, but I mean, like, in universe, it's like he's just a random dude, really, like a theoretical physicist that got, like, really, really lucky and was honestly just trying to survive the whole time, I'm pretty sure. Not actually super amazing. No, to be fair, I guess pretty much every amazing person gets kind of, or person that is, like, considered to be, like, amazing in history is kind of, you know, not necessarily, like, inherently, like, better or worse than other people are. I don't know. Still, I definitely don't really see any reason why, like, Gordon would, like, actually believe, like, he was actually qualified for anything. I mean, also, I kind of, like, reflected that myself a little bit, because it's like when I was given the rocket launcher or whatever to help take down the gunships and whatnot, I was like, no, like, I'd give it to someone else, please. I'm sure anyone else would be better at me than shooting this thing, and honestly, that probably would be. I was not great at shooting those and aiming those at all. I mean, yeah, they did help me out, but I was like, seriously, just give it to someone else. Anyone else, give it to a Vortigaunt. Oh wait, they don't have thumbs. It's like they talk about, it's like raising It's like, oh yeah, come help us in this battle. You'll be a great boost to morale. It's like, why? Why am I being held as such a great person? Honestly, it's like I keep getting the urge to like throw myself like further into the line of fire, even though it could be more likely to take damage and die, just so that I can maybe like save some of the other people around from damage and death. Because man, I do not really want people's blood on my hands. It's like, yeah, I got like a squad like in the recent, and you know, more recent streams near the end or whatever. It's like, you're following me around. Please don't. I don't want to be responsible for your deaths or anything. And man, like, I'm pretty sure like all of them died. It was bad. Like, like, well, I hope they at least, like, felt good. Thinking they were helping, like, an incredible person or whatever. Also, I would have rather just had the antlions back rather than actual people. It's a lot harder to feel guilty about sending antlions to their deaths when, I mean, there's like infinite of them, really. And honestly, they put me through so much trouble earlier with in the sand traps chapter or whatever. It's like, whatever. Kind of reminds me of like having like a big pack of dogs in Minecraft or whatever. It's like, yay, I have lots of friends now. I mean, dang, I almost like feel like really weird for Gordon to like, I mean, presuming I'm reading this right, I mean, I certainly keep seeing things about it. It's like, yeah, G-Man had like Gordon and like stasis in between 1 and 2. It's like, okay, sure. And I'm going off of that at least. I mean, it's like he's still like the same age as like the guy from on the back A side says. So like all his coworkers and whatnot, they're 20 years older, and like they probably look a lot worse than they should be too, because, well, even if they don't look as worse, they probably are doing a lot worse than they ought to be, because, you know, whole like stress and potential malnutrition and everything else that's going on. I mean, okay, cool, you gotta come to terms with the fact that your friends are, like, definitely gonna die soon, you now, pretty much. And, you know, add in, of course, the typical uncertainty of, like, when anyone's gonna die because, you know, whole situation going on, it's like, that's not gonna be good. There's like a bunch of different models like Gordon has, so I've pretty much like given up on like trying to base him off of my particular one. I'm trying to just do what I want with him, mostly. Also, let's be honest, like Gordon's actual face is like way too angular for like my general style most of the time. Like, no thanks. Not about that angle life. Man, give this man a nap. And some therapy. Like, there's no way this guy has like nothing going on after all that happened, especially like after Half-Life 2. During like everything going on, really. Like, man, maybe they just should have more people just like talk to him. It also kind of reminds me, it's like, man, I really wish it like let me do more like personal interaction with the characters. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, even like thumbs up signs would be something. Like, I would love that. Like, you know, things like, you know, hugs and whatnot, and like, pet dog. I would like to pet dog. Or, you know, just give you the option to do more some like genuine like helping out of like, you know, personal choice to just do a little more for your friends and whatnot. Like, I think I legitimately tried to help Dr. Kleiner and Alex look for Lamar. But it's like, nope, that's not an option. It's like, just want help. You guys deserve it. I mean, geez, I don't need like verbal communication or like dialogue options. I mean, Gordon doesn't do that anyway. But, like, anything. Like, yeah, speak of like or not speaking, like, yeah, I did find that really fitting. Like, Alex was like first one to like acknowledge the fact that like Gordon doesn't talk much. I mean, it's probably just because like everyone else I've been meeting like already knew I don't talk much and whatnot. But hey. Man, I wish I had some more just genuine like interaction moments and like actual breaks for Gordon. That'd be great. I mean, look, I know it's an action game, but like, it'd be nice. I think the best break I ever had was like when I got to like play with a gravity gun with Dog and play catch. And you know, then we get like shunted right off to Ravenholm. That was fun. Ravenholm was not fun. I do not want to see those speedy, skinless zombies ever again. Probably jinx myself, and there can be an episode 1 too, but yeah. Right, it's like one question I have is that, like, you know, Half-Life 1 ended with me having the suit on and whatnot. I lost the crowbar and whatnot because, you know, G-Man said, it's like, yeah, I've removed your weapons. most of them were government property anyway. And I mean, it got put somewhere, obviously. Don't know where, but it was somewhere that like could be found. Because, you know, Barney like tossed it to me. But it's like they say, it's like, as for the suit, well, given all you've been through, I think you've earned it. But then it's like you boot up Half-Life 2, which is, I mean, if I'm still reading everything right, like instantly after Half-Life 1, I don't have the suit on. I have like the general like blue jumpsuit everyone else has, and like Alex has my suit and whatnot over there at the lab, and it's like, what? Where did that how did that happen? How'd that go over there? Excuse me? Like, I mean, I'm appreciative, but like, I don't really know, like, what really happened. Like, where did G-Man port them or something? It's very weird. And, you know, there's also the fact that the Gordon's stupid little ponytail, you know, he had in Half-Life 1 just disappeared in between there. It's like, huh. And the real last years, I would sit around and like read a whole book on like the exact history of like what actually went down like after I had Black Mesa incident, and like even stuff about like what happened like internationally. Like, I mean, I got like a little more of it from like watching Half-Life Alyx. I mean, obvious, like, I mean, the whole like Americas were like crossed off and like arrows over to the, you know, Europe and whatnot. I read it right or whatever. It's like implication was just like lots of people just got like, yeah, because there's like a circle there somewhere and like a sort of like question marks and arrows and whatnot, like a general area. It's like, where are we exactly? Somewhere around here. I guess implication was maybe that like a lot of people just end up getting transported like randomly over, all the way over there. And also like the Americas are kind of like a dead zone because too many aliens, but I don't know. I also still don't really get too much about the Combine and what exactly is up with them. But I mean, it's like, yeah, they ain't really human, but other than that, I don't know. Yeah, I already talked about that a little bit. It's still like, as for like gameplay goes with like Half-Life 2 here, it's like I still got like a little exasperated about like it not being very obvious at all, like which direction I'm supposed to be going next, like where exactly I should be going or whatever. Especially with like hidden stuff and whatnot, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's like, I guess some of it was just me getting turned around and forgetting where I came from versus where I've been and stuff like that, but it's like, But I think like overall it took me like, I didn't get hung up on those parts for like too long, as for just like playing getting lost bits. I feel like just playing getting lost bits were like longer in Half-Life 1 for me, but I don't know. It's not my fault, I'll always look the same, okay? There's also probably a little bit of bad game design, but I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Right, and as I said before, it's like I pretty much immediately noticed it's like, hey, there's no like slight auto aiming in this anymore, which is interesting. Certainly made me like pay a little more attention to where I was shooting before shooting, like a lot. Which is to say, all the time. Not sure if this is just because I was bad though or what, but I'm not really a fan of like how like the times when I like run out of bullets. Because you know, I'm not necessarily trying to like waste them or anything. It just so happens that like there were a few times when I was not doing so well on bullets, like, you know, like even though I like did like try again a few times in Ravenholm or whatever because I couldn't figure out where I'm going exactly. I still like walked out there with like no bullets left. It's like, definitely like one or two other times where it's like I'm not doing great on ammo. Not doing great on ammo. And you know, you see me playing, like I'm not necessarily like avoiding like all the hidden boxes and whatnot either. That was kind of annoying. I don't really recall ever having to deal with like ammo issues in Half-Life 1. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. Like the driving around parts with like the airboat and the car were like, they were alright. I mean, overall, like the driving mechanics, like they were pretty smooth, and like the airboat was like really good, not like getting caught on anything, which I'm thankful for. It's like really good, just like speeding along and everything. Car though was easier to get stuck on stuff, but I mean that was just because it couldn't just like glide along so easily like an airboat. Yeah, I do feel like those sections like were kind of long though. There's definitely like a ton of airboating. feel like there's like maybe one too many like stops I had to make with the car to like go shoot up a place before I could move on or whatever. Oh, right. I'm still like super annoyed over the, you know, that one stop where I had to find 3 batteries and one of them was like up on a windmill. I'm still super annoyed over that. Like, what on earth? Who does that? Who does that? Like, I mean, realistically, there's no way. I mean, if the Combine like ever wanted to like turn off the field or whatever again, or whatever it was, or open the gate, I forget which one it was, the field or gate for that place. It's like you would not like have the last battery like be all the way up there. Like, I get it, like toss them around a little bit so that if someone was to run through here, they couldn't just open the gate super easily. But there's like no reason that battery should have been like all the way up there. And wait a minute. Okay, my bed volume's still good, isn't it? Okay, cool. Just worried a little for a second there. Well, I hope it's still cool. Well, anyway. I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's not like they really had like a good way to go up and get it if they needed it. I'm not really sure how they could have gotten up there in the first place either. Yeah, I also kind of like wonder about like what happened to like the like ecosystems and whatnot with all the Zen stuff being like everywhere. I mean, seriously, like I know that there are like some birds and whatnot, and like there's a cat at some point in like half. I mean, obviously because they're talking about the cat with the teleport. Dogs are still recent enough for Alex to have dog. You know, like have the name dog and sort of still be like a dog. Like, I don't know. Presumably there might still be some dogs around, but I haven't actually seen any. There's still like birds. Half-Life Alex had a few rats, right? But I mean, like, I don't know. I do kind of wonder like how much things got janked up by like Zenflora. I've also been kind of like wondering, it's like, what do headcrabs eat like normally? Because we didn't see them on any Vortigaunts in Zen in Half-Life 1. I also kind of like wondered, it's like, could they like eat cats or whatever? They probably couldn't like get a good enough hold on them to like zombify, but what do like headcrabs eat normally, and do they ever go off and chase anything other than humans? It's a good question. I don't know. Wish I knew. I mean, I definitely know that like barnacles like don't really care at all. I mean, when they introduced it in Half-Life 2 here, it's like ate a bird. Sure. But I mean, headcrabs are a little more iffy because they're parasites. And I guess presumably they kind of just munch on the flesh of, I don't know, I don't really know what they actually need. Like, I mean, this is me going off about speculative biology, I guess, but I mean, it seems like the reason to like do the parasite thing like on the head of the humans is like can zombify them is because they're like eating something on the human. Nom nom. Like dogs are obviously getting something out of it. Maybe they're sucking out chemicals out of the brain or something, or, you know, maybe eating their flesh a little bit. I'm not completely sure. And then it's like, you know, they have like extra meat to like flail around to protect themselves, basically. Because, you know, the body gets hurt, well, it's not them, whatever. It's nice little protection. I mean, yeah, I don't really know how exactly what they need most of the time. Questions. Well, I guess they aren't necessarily like eating their brains too much, because they have to have like at least the movement portion of the brain or whatever still intact, so they can pilot body, right? Well, anyway, I'm guessing there's like something in there they're using, and like eventually it's just like they jump off the host and go find a new one. But, well, anyway. You're still here, viewer? Fascinating. Nothing's being said in chat, is there? No, okay. I can't really see the chat right now. I have this set up for drawing. Not that I'm doing much drawing right now, hope you don't mind, because it's just talking. My brain is not particularly good for doing something while talking. I guess I do hear it, like it takes practice though. Like with other streamers. Thinking. Well, I mean, geez, like, I mean, forget about knowing stuff about the Combine, I mean, but knowing stuff about G-Man, like, what on earth? But then again, I guess I am, like, a little more content, like, not knowing things about G-Man versus, like, the Combine stuff, because I feel like the Combine stuff is probably something I should be understanding, but I don't quite got it yet. It's either A, I didn't, like, absorb the information, like, that well, B, I haven't gotten all the information because I haven't done like episode 1 and episode 2 yet. Well, anyway. Found it a little funny how like they reused the whole like, ooh, you got all your weapons taken away trick like again. Here it's like, oh, come on, really? It's also a little more upsetting to see them like fizzled in front of you too. But I mean, yeah, at least this time we got like a super powered weapon out of it. It's funny. Like it's honestly overpowered. It kind of reminds me of like Half-Life Alyx, like the end parts or whatever. But to be honest, I guess most of the reason I felt overpowered with the gravity gun was because at the end was because I had like, you know, like the 200 suit energy thing going on. It's like, okay, cool. So I know this is like kind of video game logic, but one thing I find kind of funny is like how like Gordon can like hold like 10 different weapons at once. Like, how are you fitting these on you? Like, I mean, it really doesn't look like ATV shoots have like any holsters or whatnot, you know? unless it can be like magnetized to just hold the guns and whatnot that way. I don't know, man. I don't know. Still makes me like, oh wow, that's a lot of weapons I got on me. Whack. I also don't really seem to have any pockets. Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel like I might have mentioned this, but one like thing I found stupid about the sand trap section is that when I walk on the sand, the antlions get up and get me. But if I just start like throwing objects around on the sand, antlions do nothing. Like that's kind of stupid. It doesn't make sense like logically. Honestly. I mean, it's kind of like this. Like you're scrolled up on a rock with a gravity gun. It's like. You like throw a barrel down or whatever, and it's. On the sand. It's sand. The antlines are like. Sleep. I don't remember how they look exactly. Meanwhile, it's like Gordon takes. One step on the sand, and and they're and then they're wide awake. Like, anyway. Also, like, having, like, watched Half-Life Alyx before and played Half-Life 2 here, I find it kind of funny how it's, like, in Half-Life 2 here, it's, like, Alyx just, like, pulls out her Alyx and just, like, pretty much just zaps stuff to get past the Combine stuff. Like, instantly progress in Half-Life Alyx, it's like you have to do all these stupid puzzle things. It's kind of funny, like, how big the difference is. It's, like, instant versus not. To be fair, I guess I could have just gotten rid of the puzzle, like, mechanism or something. I'm not sure why they have puzzle mechanism for opening stuff, but, I mean, maybe they just like puzzles. Boy, this is like the first time I tried drawing Alyx. It's not too bad, actually. Just gonna have to get used to it, I think. Right, it's like one thing I found interesting about Alex's design is that, like, yeah, the Black Mesa hoodie, it's like Black Mesa sell merch or something, or it's kind of funny. I mean, yeah, it's like her dad did work there, but I mean, I don't know, man. Hoodies, kind of interesting to think about. Black Mesa having them. Okay. Just got like plans and whatnot to do some more like comics and doodles for my like Half-Life 1 stream stuff. Like I get the feeling I'm always going to be like behind on this stuff. Because I mean I haven't even like started on any Half-Life 2 stuff, and boy, I definitely have some things lined up that I want to draw. Is that duct tape? Okay, a reference right here for Alex. It's like I can't really tell. There's like some squarish patches over here on her shoulder. It's like, is that duct tape? Yeah. Man, if I get like a nice time to like just spout out things about Half-Life and coming up a bit. But to be fair, I think I pretty much like went over pretty much everything I want to be saying. I don't really have like a really good time like when I'm actually planning to be talking about this. Just stuff. I mean, because like I'm busy focusing on the game, you know? And my brain is not exactly wired for 2-tracking. Oh. Or, well, rather, I just haven't done too much, like, actively practicing to like effort to try and, you know, talk and do something else at the same time. I mean, you can see that even now. Like, you can see I pretty much just, like, stop drawing whenever I start talking. Now, let's see, what would I say? It's like I do think Barney's kind of a dumb name, probably because I associate with, like, Barney the purple dinosaur or whatever. I'm kind of glad, like, Half-Life Barney is Barney, because then at least at some point I'll just be able to start associating the name of the character and, like, not, like, immediately elicit feelings of annoyance because of the Barney purple dinosaur. Not quite there yet, though. I still think about that purple dinosaur when I hear the name Barney. Well. Anyway. Don't really remember how top Barney was compared to anyone else. Sounds good. It's not in relation to Alex. Put him off his side a little bit. Boy, that's round. That's kind of roundy face. Anyway, whatever. Hello, sir. How does your hair work? Boy, that's kind of dumb looking. Why you gotta have like a swoosh in it or whatever? Just give me something. Gordon's hair. That's easier to work with. Oh boy. You are gonna be the death of me, I swear. Getting your stupid hair right. Okay. epic fail. Of course, everyone has to have facial hair. God dang it. Well, clearly I'm gonna need more practice on. Kudos to those people who can draw them and like have them be like instantly recognizable or whatever. Boy, who does this? Yeah, it's probably just a result of me like not ever really drawing like old men with facial hair, but hey, whatever. Well, I don't know. Like, talent is Marnie. You get what I mean, though. Why'd there have to be such like complicated stitching on this? Well, anyway, geez, viewer, it's like I don't know if you're really still here or not, but I mean like paying attention or whatever. But thanks for coming, I guess. Probably have closed up stream already. If no was here. Poofy vest thing. I wish these Google images were a little more high res too. Belts. Stupid belts. Poofy vest. Okay, well. Probably cleaning soon, like probably after I finish this semblance of party. uh, I mean, I probably think this looks worse than it actually is, but standards, dang it. This is me, my personal. Yeah, man, it's not really vibing quite right with my vision. Yeah, I can get a nice angle of his left side. With arm. Why does stupid combine stuff have to be complicated? Also, gotta get one good reference picture of his stupid arms. Stupid sleeves. Apparently not. Yeah, probably just gonna have to figure this out later, some other time. I don't know. So how on earth did Barney manage to, like, just get a goatee? Oh, no, I guess, yeah, okay, fine. I guess, like, they're probably, you know, even, like, on their cover as Combine or whatever, it's, like, they probably, like, give the Combine, like, shaving stuff, don't they? Fine. Makes sense, I guess. Jeez, I'm getting. When I do actually get started, like Half-Life 2 main comics, I actually have to like pay attention to how tall everyone is to each other and whatnot. Relative like bulkiness. Dang it. Oh well. Well, I guess it also depends what route I take. A little bit. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be a little harder to work with this screenshots of Half-Life 2 for that stuff. Well, anyway, I think I'll be like finishing up now. Thank you for coming, though, singular viewer, and sticking around. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be starting Half-Life 2 Episode 1. Woo! See what happens there. And you know, after I finish the Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and whatnot, I'll also be doing like the other stuff, like Blue Shift. So, I mean, yeah, I'll be doing Half-Life stuff for a while. Yeah. And, well, as much as I like to play Half-Life Alyx, can't. Don't have a VR set. My computer probably can't handle it. Probably none of the computers in the house could really be handling it. And, yeah, just like a lot of money involved, really. I'm sure I said this before, but I would like to be able to play Half-Life Alyx eventually in my life, but it definitely seems like really dang cool. However, it's not really in my like life plans right now. Alas. Well, anyway, as it is, I have watched like playthroughs and it's been a while, but since I've like watched stuff on it. But yeah. Okay, well, with that, I think I will be done. I hope to see you tomorrow. Hopefully my mic is still like working properly and whatnot for all this. When I was doing Photoshop because of OBS and whatnot, I was kind of hidden by it. I don't have enough screen room to work with stuff. It's just like how my setup works. Oh, hi, second viewer. I was just saying how I was wrapping up stuff. I'll be starting Half-Life 2 Episode 1 tomorrow, and like around my usual time and whatnot. And well, I guess if you want to like hear any of what I had to say on Half-Life 2 here, so you can just like watch the video or whatever once this is done. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know if you popped in before or not, but you pretty much just missed everything. Whoops. And now it's saying there's a network error and there's please try again. Unfortunately, I don't even know if anyone can still hear this. Well, anyway, bye bye.